Well, good morning, everybody from Hog Haven Family Farms. I thought I would give you a really quick duck update. Look how big these girls have gotten. If you remember from my previous video, you can go ahead and check that out, but they were just little peepers when we first got them. And they are growing so incredibly quickly. For their food, we have actually started mixing in, it's like a wildlife feed or a game bird feed with a lot of grit. They go through a lot of grit, it seems like. And then it's about 24% protein, if I remember correctly. And then we're actually mixing in a little bit of cracked corn now. And then their water, we actually had to up their water to a bigger one because they were going through just an absolute ton of water. I mean, multiple gallons a day. They make an absolute mess. You can see that they've got nice fresh bedding in there. I just got done shoveling that out and then putting fresh bedding in for them. I've got the shop door open, and so that's why they're kind of tucked together on the, protecting themselves from a little bit of a wind. But I just wanted to get some fresh air moving through here, just giving them starting to see the outside world. Life is bigger than inside the shop. So that is where they've been, up until now. We've had some colder nights in Minnesota still. It's April, what is it today? April 5th or something like that today. And last night we got down to 31 degrees. So, I mean, it's still freezing at night around here. We still have a little bit of snow on the ground in this area. And that's a little bit of a duck update for you. We still have the lamp on for them. I plugged it in, because I've got the shop door open and there's a little bit of a breeze, and then that way if they needed to just go and sit under the lamp, they can. Their feathers are just starting to come in. Their body size has grown really quickly, but the feathering has taken some time to come in. And I think this is my first time growing ducks. I think that's probably normal. I'm seeing that in all of the birds so far. They're just kind of resting right now. They got done eating just an absolute ton and making a mess out of their water. So I think they're just kind of sitting there digesting now. I'll try to get some videos a little later of them actually going through and feeding. It's quite comical watching them go back and forth from the feeder to the water, just because I think they pretty much need water just to bring their food down. And actually what I do now is sprinkle some of their feed right in their water, and they'll just go through and just eat off the top of the water then, and it is quite comical to watch. So a little bit of a duck update for you. This is a 4-H project for two of my kids. They're going to be showing some white runners, and that's what these all are. And white fawn runners, I think they actually called them. So they'll be broken patterned, white with a little bit of brown patterning across their body, and they stand up since they're runners, so they're not like a normal like mallard that you would see, where they're kind of a vertical back. They're runners because they stand more upright. Their wings, I've noticed, are quite small, so we don't have a top. If you've noticed on this, it's just we've built a wooden boards around the bottom. We've got plywood on the bottom so we can shovel off of easily. And it'll be really easy to pull this out and do all the cleaning that we need to do once we move the ducks out of the shop. And then we've just got chicken wire around the outside, and it's an open top. Chickens at this age would be flying out of here. They're quite good flyers, so you do have to have a lid for chickens, especially when they're younger like that. When they get to be heavier hens, they typically can't fly out as easily just because they've put on so much body weight. But when they're young chickens, they are very acrobatic, and they can jump and fly up quite easily. And with runners, I've not noticed that at all. I don't think that they can even fly very much at all. They're called runners, I guess, for a reason. They like to run. They are a little sensitive to people, I've noticed, even though we've been handling them quite a bit. And so, I mean, they typically will just literally they feel like they're being chased all the time when you're working in and around here. And it might be because every time we were in here, we're grabbing one or two, and I don't think they typically like that as much. But You know, they're getting more used, desensitized, getting more used to people. You know, we'll handle them as much as we possibly can. After the 4-H project, I'm actually planning on keeping these and then building another building for just the chickens for the winter. And then, you know, we typically house 40 to 60 chickens, so it'll have to be a pretty good building for them for the winter. I like to have 3 square feet per bird. And then we'll move these 15 runners into the old chicken coop, and this should give them plenty of room. This last year I did put ducks and chickens together. I had just 3 ducks, and then actually 2 of them got predated, so I ended up with just 1 a little bit later. Not sure what came in and took them. I think it was probably a raccoon, but we ended up fixing the automatic chicken door that wasn't working at that time. I'm not sure, it was like the string got stuck on it, and it didn't close one night. And of course one night, you know, and raccoons find it that quickly, but it worked okay having chickens and ducks together. Just ducks are so messy, and so to have a building separate for them, I think will be ideal. So I'd like to do that this next summer. So you'll probably see a barn build coming up. That'll be my plan. I'm not sure exactly the design I'm going to go with now. I've looked at multiple things, from hoop barns to you know, to the Rackin type build that Joel Salatin has, to an actual like pole barns. Looking on Facebook for, you know, old barns, people sell them or even give them away if you just are willing to take the material and move it off site. So I'll kind of watch for that. But we'll see, you know, what we've got. I might move them just into the back of the shop for this next year, just because we'll just only have a couple of sheep here over the winter probably. We're starting very small with our sheep flock, and we'll just grow it out from there. We've gotten tunis, so those we'll get some videos of those coming soon. So lots is happening around here. You know, it seems kind of slow on YouTube, but I mean, that's kind of the nature of a farm. You know, you can't grow too quickly. You have to grow slow and take your time and do things right. And just, you know, the infrastructure that goes into farming is just, it's a lot, you know, even if you got a smaller acreage, and, you know, it takes a lot to get things built and get things going. So yeah, I just wanted to give a little bit of a duck update. I've got everybody fed and watered, all the chickens, all the ducks, all the cows. And right now the sheep are at another farm, so are some friends of ours, until we get them moved here. And then today, Saturday, I've actually cleared my schedule completely, and it will be a fencing day. I need to get this fence done today. I'm really excited about it. You know, I need to get my herd split in half. You've heard me, you know, say that on multiple videos now, if you watch some of my other videos. But the idea is to get the bull moved away from a heifer calf that I have, and right now it's very difficult to do with the setup that I have with the lease land that I've got. So I'm going to be building some fence on my smaller acreage here to move the bull here, or else move the smaller heifer calf here. I haven't quite decided that yet, but for now it's just getting this fence built and getting it to where I feel comfortable putting cattle here and they're not going to get out, and yeah, so. But I thought you would enjoy kind of hearing what's going on around the farm, getting a little bit of a duck update. It's kind of fun just to watch ducks and watch poultry, and I thought people would enjoy that. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I do have an email address. That's probably the easiest way to reach me. It's Hoghaven Farms, Hogg Haven, Haven, farms with an S on the end, so FARMS @gmail.com. You can always reach out. We do sell eggs. We will have duck eggs available. We will have lamb in the future. We will have beef. We will have potentially mushrooms coming up. We'll potentially have some rabbits. We'll have, you know, I do rent a chicken, so you know, if you want to have your own birds in your own backyard for the summertime, you know, I bring you the coop and the bedding and all the feed and all the water, everything you need to take care of chickens for the summer. So I do that, and that has actually been kind of the cash flow that's allowed me to continue to build a farm around here. So I do work full time. This is something that I'm doing extra. I believe in farming. I believe in exposing people to farming. I believe in doing it in a sustainable fashion, and sustainability means also profitability. You do have to make an income as a farmer in order to continue farming. And so I'm a big proponent of explaining what all goes into farming and why food is the price that it is. Sometimes you hear a lot of arguments from people like, I sell my chicken eggs for $5 a dozen, and sometimes I get some flack for that. And really, I don't know that I'm making a lot on those eggs. There's a lot that goes into it. Especially when you're letting chickens out on grass and outside. I do have a static chicken coop, which means, I don't move it daily, but the chickens are allowed to access to the outdoors, and buying feed for them is expensive. And I choose to go with the non-GMO, no corn, no soy. I like that feed. My chickens seem to do very well on it, and then the eggs just taste absolutely amazing. Big bright yellow eggs. They sit high in the pan. They're just unbelievable eggs. So I've just done well with those. It's got the mineral base, the federal, I think is how you pronounce it, mineral base, which has been really good for birds. I've done well with that feed, and it supports the farmers that are putting a lot of effort into growing good crops, and I want to make sure that I do that too. So if you have any questions for me or want to learn more about my farm and our startup and how things are going for us, like I said, both my wife and I work full time, so we're just doing this on the side and growing things slowly and having fun with it too. And we love 4-H. It's been wonderful for the kids to learn about farming. I grew up on a farm, and so that's I guess maybe where my passion comes from. And it's just making sure that my kids understand and know the things that I went through and the things that I learned and grew up doing. I want them to have the same experiences. So 4-H has allowed us to do that, and we have some amazing friends through 4-H that have taught us a lot, and it's just been super fun. So I guess with that, I'll stop chatting for so terribly long. You didn't see me and my beautiful face today. You just got to watch some ducks. They haven't really been doing a lot. I'll see if I can get them moving around a little bit before I close out the video. So there you go. There are the chickens, the ducks, and they're having a good old time. So, well, take care, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Here in Minnesota, the sun is out and shining, and I'm ready to go fencing. Bye, everybody.